Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. I am Melody from Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. I also do this new series called Getting Prepared, Distracted, preparing and prepping with bake. I'm out in my garden. We had some terrible storms. It's pretty windy here today. I just took a shower, blowing my hair all over. Anyway, today's topic that I wanted to discuss is something that I'm not really hearing a lot about, which is if you want to be prepared, besides things at the grocery store, I'm about being, self-sufficient, self-reliant. Is why are people not discussing growing food, growing their own food? If you grow your own food, I've been growing food all spring and summer. This is a brand new garden. If I'm ducking, it's just because of the bees here. But I wanted to discuss 19 crops that you can grow fall into winter that will keep you stocked. There's very little left in this garden that has to do with summer besides a bed of hot peppers, some eggplants, and like maybe some basil, I guess. Everything else I planted in here is so that I know I can put food up on the shelf. So I'm just going to name maybe 19, maybe 20 items. Whether you have pots you can grow on your deck, whether you have raised beds or in-ground garden, you could use a row cover, frost cover. There's a plastic that will boost your grow zone up by like 2. There's lots of ways that you can grow your own food, but if you happen to be a person that doesn't have any room for that, even if you have a windowsill, you can get a mason jar, put some sprouting seeds in there like alfalfa, which is something I'm into, and you have something to eat in a matter of like 2 days. I think it said 3 to 5 days for them to germinate alfalfa sprouts, and they were like up in like 2-3 days. Anyway, so this video is going to be about what you can plant if you're a gardener like I am. And welcome to all the new subscribers. These are like amazing. This is just unbelievable. But some things that you can grow, whether it's container gardening, you might not be able to do these things inside your house, but you can do the sprouting of seeds like alfalfa. You can do microgreens. That's a way that you can still get some greens into your diet with all the shortages going on. So if you have a way to garden outside, here is my 19, 20-ish vegetables that you can plant to put food up on your shelf. And here we go. Beets. You can plant red beets. I have red beets over there that are growing, and I have a half of red beets over there that are growing. If you want to see a tour of this garden, I did do a video. So beets would be number 1. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, collards. You could do collard greens. I'm just looking at my book that I wrote some of my things down on. Collard greens, like I said, you can be growing green onions right now. We are the end of October here in Grow Zone 7B. I'm in Pennsylvania. You can do leafy lettuces. I have a dollar store tower. Go back and look at that video. It's quite successful, and I have lettuces growing in it, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. Leafy lettuces you can grow. You can grow kale, leeks, mustard greens, parsnips, radishes, rutabagas, spinach, Swiss chard, Krabi, turnips, and I already said red beets. But I don't hear people talking much about what they should be growing now, so that in the winter, produce prices are going up tremendously. I think it was 3 green peppers was $8. I did that specifically just to see, and I just harvested a buku amount of peppers, and now I have to sit there and chop them all. But this isn't something that I'm seeing getting discussed a lot in the community, is grow your own food. If you have the opportunity to plant it in a bucket, some leafy greens, go and do it. If you have 8 raised beds like I do, put things in it. That's the most important thing, is to be not relying on the supermarket. So that is, I probably should change it because I think it's 20 if you add Krabi. 20 crops that you can grow for fall into the winter to have food. I'll give you a few examples. Now, we've had some serious storms here. It's kind of early morning. It's around 10 o'clock now, but I came out here earlier. I couldn't do the video. winds and torrential downpours, and I noticed my broccoli, some of my plants got knocked over, so I'll have to fix that. But let me show you a few of the things that I am referring to. I'm going to lower this down. And I'm going to have to take you this way. Like right now, I still have some peppers. These are hot peppers that I have to pick. This is eggplant that I still have growing. Some things aren't going to look the greatest, and some things are just coming up. You can see the little green sprouts. This is 2 different types in this half of the bed. That is radishes. You can also grow radishes. You know, you can ferment them. You'll still have ways to eat. Let me show you. This half doesn't have anything in it because I just ripped out all my sweet peppers. This is some purple top parsnips. I have carrots. This is the pink purple top. I think they're parsnips. I end up forgetting my stuff. But let me show you what the storm did. I still have basil I have to harvest. It knocked it over. This is my bed. That is Detroit. Look at that mess from these winds here. This is the Detroit red beets right here. There's parsnips. That is turnips. I want to make sure I said that right. That's the pink purple top turnips. That's the carrots. Some things I'm taking down in my garden. Krabi, 2 spots of Krabi. This is parsnips, and that one I completely forget. I have beets growing. I have leeks growing. There's broccoli there. There is tender mustard greens over there with radishes. More broccoli. Let's see if we can get around. So I'm trying to close up some of my garden and only have the fall winter things. You can see the wind snapped the basil right off. Cauliflower is growing right here. That is spinach. Spinach is another great one. This is all pak choi that I planted. I already harvested a bunch of greens. We have some stray pak choi, but all of this is pak choi and it's all coming up. That is arugula. I have some Swiss chard growing, and then broccolis over here, which you can see what the winds did. Just kind of knocked them. I'm going to have to fix them. Broccoli back there as well, like I said, with leeks. This is my dollar store planter, and I'm growing beans, string beans. Broccoli's over here. I'm going to have to fix because, like I said, we got bad storms. And there's the red beets. Back there, I'm growing some winter squash. And over here is Brussels sprouts, cabbages, sugar snap peas are doing great, and spinach. So, yeah, you could be growing lots of food to put up on your shelf if you have the means of doing it. I do have some things. This is in a bucket. This is all parsley. Parsley loves the cold weather. A lot of these crops that I am pointing out right now will actually taste better once we didn't get a frost here yet, but once they do get a frost, it will taste even better. Some things that are usually bitter will not taste bitter. They'll taste really sweet. So I have some broccolis I have to fix. If you can see that over there, the winds here, it's been a year of winds. So these are the things I'm not seeing discussed and talked about on, you know, some platforms, and I don't understand why not. If you have a way to plant food. Let me show you the other dollar store. I have herbs. I just harvested some. I have to harvest some more. As you can see, things have blown all over everywhere. This is a stackable tower from the dollar store. You can go back and look at that video. I have spinach growing in here. I have leafy greens, different types of lettuces growing in a dollar tower. So this is $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $8. I got them from the dollar store. So needless to say, that is the reason for this video today, is just to discuss the like 20 things that you can plant out in the garden. I have kale over there. I have curly kale. The winds did some serious damage. I'm looking around big time. Look behind me. Let me find it. Can you? Okay. Now your hot peppers and stuff like that won't last through the winter. They'll freeze and they won't be any good. harvest your stuff out. But for the prepping and preparing with bake, I highly suggest you get something like this. You could put that on your porch. Maybe if you have a little patio, you could do little pots. I have pots up on my deck that are growing basil, but I'll just discuss very quickly again the 20 crops that you could grow fall into winter to actually put food up on your shelf. Again, we have Krabi, red beets, turnips, Swiss chard, spinach, rutabagas, radishes, parsnips, mustard greens, leeks, kale, leafy lettuces, green onions, collards, celery, cauliflower, carrots, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and yeah. So that is my video today. That is cold crops that'll actually keep you stocked. So I am Melody from Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It Homestead. Again, thank you to all the new subscribers. I do gardening, cooking, baking on this channel, along with food hauls, some prepping, and I am about teaching people to grow their food. So needless to say, I'm so happy to have you here. I go lives on Sunday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. Like I said, I'm in Pennsylvania, Grow Zone 7B. Look at this gorgeous lettuce. Food just excites me. Look at this beautiful, beautiful lettuce right here. And spinach. So if you want a piece of security and you don't have to depend on the supermarket as much, especially with produce, and that is to find a way to grow some food. But you can be growing some frost and, you know, winter crops, vegetables that can put food on your shelf, and that's the point of this video. But thank you for joining me. Sorry I look a hot mess. The wind is god-awful here. And yeah, I have a lot to clean up. It blew down a lot of things. We've had a storm for 2 days straight, 2 days and 2 nights. Power had went out, but we were okay. But that's going to be my video today. Thank you. Subscribe if you feel the need or you like what this channel has to offer. I'll see you on the next one. Be prepared, stay blessed, and grow your own food. Bye-bye, everyone.